Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to show you a dish that I made this weekend, and I made it twice, so it had to be good. It's made with very simple ingredients, so you don't need to break the bank to be able to do it. However, it is incredibly tasty and hearty, and I think you can basically use all kinds of leftovers that you have at your house. Today we're going to use cabbage, onion, tomato, chili, garlic, very basic things that we are going to, and then obviously an easy protein mince that we're going to add in there as well. And it is made with dough that I bought 4 days ago. And things about this dish is that you don't want it to rise too much, and you have a out of balance ratio between filling and the dough itself. So let's go have a look at it and make it for ourselves. So my ingredients for today, and you can use basically anything as long as it's not too wet. Remember, because if it is too wet, you're going to have leakage, seepage, not very nice though. Okay, there are a few other things that I want to put on here, but these are the basics. This is some easy protein mince and kebabs that we've made the other day. So I'm just going to reuse that. I've got some cabbage that I've been using as well. I've got a tomato, onion, carrots, some green leaves out of our garden, and I've got some chili oil. So this is called ghost pepper sauce from Bull Sauce, and it is really flavorful but hot. So just be warned, but they are absolutely amazing, guys. You're more than welcome to go check them out. They're really good company to support. Right, and then I'm also going to add some easy some easy vegan cheese, some cheese bomb. That's just going to give it a bit of a cheesy, more creamy flavor in there as well. And so let's get chopping. I've got some cheese bomb, basically using an entire packet of cheese bomb, which will give it flavor as well as that creaminess. And you'll also notice that there's no salt, so I'm actually not using a lot of salt in this because this is quite salty. Roughly grated carrots, Easi protein that I've used last week, so these are leftover of the Easi proteins. This is basically some burger patties and some kebabs. Then roughly chopped tomato. I've got some garlic paste, which we roasted the garlic in the air fryer and then made it into a paste afterwards. And then the greens. So we're going to combine all of this and we're going to start sauteing it. If you want to have an onion that is brown and dark, then you add it into your oil. Once you like to have it caramelized, then you start off the cooking process as soon as you put the pan on the stove. All right, let's start off by adding a little bit of oil into your pan. I would say a tablespoon of oil. All right, since we're not going to brown our onions, we're going to just saute them until they're nice and translucent. Then, so let's just add all the onions. And low and slow, no need for you to rush this because you want to make this as flavorful as possible without burning or ruining your dish. Here's a pro tip from my side. If you want to impress your spouse, then clean up afterwards as soon as you are done with a dish. For example, the onions are now in the pan. No need for me to faff around it or to faff about. So I can quickly rinse this, wipe it off, and put it back into the shelf. Remember, onion and garlic never goes into a pan together. You will burn the garlic before your onions are cooked. And you're going to have a very bitter taste, which not a lot of people appreciate in garlic. You can see that the onions are becoming more translucent, not brown. Then you know that this is also then time to add your carrots. because you want to get them a little bit softer. Since I've made a garlic paste, there's no need for me to cook the garlic off. It already developed that beautiful sweet flavor. So this is a tip for you to be able to do this in the air fryer. Take your garlic bulb, entire house, or your bulb of your garlic, rub oil over it, and liberally coat it with some salt. Don't be shy. Stick it in the air fryer at 180 degrees, depending on the strength of your air fryer, but a good 20 minutes. Don't burn the garlic, but also make sure that you don't undercook it. You'll notice that the garlic becomes brown and golden, and when you taste it, it gives you that incredibly sweet garlicky taste, not that incredibly pungent, strong taste of a raw garlic. So you can actually play around with it if you want to add some soy sauce in there, maybe some vegan oyster sauce. You can also add some ginger in there if you want. So you can really play around with some flavors and actually develop this for yourself. Mine's very basic at the moment. However, now that I say that it's basic, this is really going to be a hot one. It's not going to be a mild-ish kind of a product or food. It is great for you to develop your own flavors, taste profile. Maybe you like certain things, maybe you don't like certain things. However, this is something that Karen and I enjoy a lot, and we are both absolutely lovers of the most amazing chilies that are out there. By the way, yesterday we picked up our first batch of Carolina Reaper seeds. We are incredibly excited. We got some pods last year and we made chili salt, which was a hit with everybody. Now that we're going to be able to grow our own plants, we're going to be able to develop some sauces and more salts and some flavorants. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Right, almost there. Now we're going to add the tomato. Tomato just gives you that freshness and no need for it to be cooked for too long. And very soon after that, add your Easy protein meats in there. Like I said, anything that you like, that is not a problem. Right, now the decisive factor. It depends on what chili you would like. Now I've got 6 different kinds of chilies here. My favorite at the moment is really this ghost pepper chili. As you can see, I'm putting in about 3 tablespoons of ghost pepper chili in there because we like it hot. Let that just cook through. Let it just marinate and absolutely fall in love with each other before we add the garlic and then lastly the cheese. Right, now the garlic goes in. That's already cooked. That you stir through and it will just give you a beautifully garlic flavor. Right, I'm just going to add this little bit of green in there. This will just wilt, so don't worry about that. That's perfect. There's some tatsoi and we've got some little baby spinach leaves in there. And now I'm going to add the cheese bomb. Now the cheese bomb, I do it from dry because I don't want to make it too wet. This is now going to give it that very melty, cheesy flavor, and it will just be absolutely yummy. Very important, I did say that you don't need a lot of salt in here. However, if you do feel you need to have more salt, please always taste your food. Don't ever make food and not taste it and you giving it maybe to somebody else and it is not great. Also a very good thing that I always say is remember, very important, you can add more salt but you cannot take away. So keep that always in mind. You can always add more salt. Please make sure that you do stir through the cheese and ensure that everything is melted. If not, you're going to have a very big surprise of something incredibly salty and cheesy in your mouth. Once you're happy with that, you can absolutely see. Then you can take it off the stove. let this cool down, and then we're going to make our little bread. Okay, so you need the following. You need a rolling pin, you need your dough. This is dough that I bought last week, as I've said, still perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it. You need some water and you need a brush. Okay, you're now going to roll the dough to approximately 3 millimeters thick. Now, as I've said before, you'll see this is a dough with yeast. It will rise, it will become bigger, it will expand, so you don't need to worry that it's going to be too thin. And because this dough is 4 days old, you will see that the gluten has actually developed very, 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 very well. And it is quite tough to roll out, which is perfect, meaning that you're not going to break or mess this up. Take your brush with a bit of water, brush all around the sides. Okay. And now we're going to take our filling and we're going to add our filling to this. Right, you're going to add the filling to the center part. Try to stay clear from the edges, as this will prevent you from sticking your dough together. You can fill it up quite nicely. Right, take your hands, fold it over onto the wet side, make sure that everything is nice and covered, and then you're just going to really press this nice and hard. Try to get as much air out as possible as well. At this stage, this is good enough. Press down your filling itself, and voila, there you have one perfect, ready to go. I'm gonna call it some kind of a fat cook filling hybrid. Yeah. Add a little bit of oil. Okay, gently place your filling with the dough in the pan. I have a non-stick pan, which is quite helpful. And keep in mind, you want to cook your dough thoroughly through. For the main reason, you don't want raw dough. It doesn't taste very nice. Gently lower your heat. Take your time with it, so don't try and brown it as quickly as possible. And within a couple of minutes, I would say about 4 or 5 minutes from now, we're going to turn this again and we're going to flip it over to the other side. Okay, it's been about 4 to 5 minutes. You can see that this has started rising as well because of the yeast. You're going to have a nice rise to it. Gently take, flip it over, and you can see that absolutely amazing color. This is going to be very, very good. Now leave that again for a good 4 to 5 minutes on a medium to lowish heat until your dough is perfectly golden brown and delicious. Right, time again for it to flip over for the last time on this side. There we go. Oh, you can absolutely just see how beautifully brown that is. That's really going to be very nice. Right, once you're done, take your bread, place it on a kitchen towel. Right guys, and there you have it. Let's cut this through. Nice and crispy on the outside, full of filling on the inside. Just look at that. That is just beautiful. Everything is cooked through, nice and thin. And I bet you're going to absolutely wow your guests. And there you have it, guys. This is how I make a filled dough bread tramezzini kind of thing. Well, let me know what you call it maybe in your country. And please like, subscribe, and share this video if you like it. And I hope to see you soon and to show you what else we can do with some vegan food. Have a good day.